Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and a little bit of a Star Wars Battlefront news roundup, because this week we've had quite a lot of reveals regarding The Last Jedi and a couple of tweets from the developers as well, because as you guys probably know by now, there will be a Last Jedi season that will be coming out shortly after the release of Battlefront 2, and it will be free, so anything that we see in The Last Jedi could potentially show up in this season. So the first big reveal was of course Snoke's ship, the Supremacy, the only mega-class Star Destroyer with its insane 60 kilometers in width, and the Executor, which was Darth Vader's ship, was 19 kilometers long, so this one is 3 times as wide as the Executor was long, which means that this is an absolutely massive ship, and I highly doubt we will see this ship from the outside on like a space map, because we are getting the Resurgent class Star Destroyer as a map, and this would be a lot bigger than that, so it will most likely not fit for a space battle. But who knows, maybe we could see it in the background, or we could potentially have an indoors map. Nevertheless, I wanted to bring it up as it was a quite big reveal. And they also revealed the Radus, a new 3-kilometer long resistance cruiser. And I think this is a more realistic ship that we might see in a potential space battle, because they did say we will be getting a space battle above the car, so maybe this ship will make an appearance there. And I have to say that I thought it was really cool that they named this ship the Radus, because Radus was, as you probably know, the admiral who led the battle above Scarif and who helped retrieve the Death Star plans. I am not entirely sure if it's confirmed or not that he survived that. Well, probably not, since Darth Vader boarded that ship, but nevertheless, really cool to see him getting his own ship named after him. And next up, we have a new image of Crate, a planet that we know will be in The Last Jedi season. And Crate looks a little bit similar to Tatooine, yet that it has some sort of red crystals, which obviously makes it a bit unique. But if we go over to the next image, we have AT-ATs and AT-M6s on what looks like Crate as well. And first of all, I want to say that it's pretty cool to see the AT-M6 or the Gorilla Walkers side by side, because it really shows how much bigger they are and why they can't be so easily taken down from an airspeeder. However, what I do get from this is that Crate, together with the trenches and the AT-ATs, does look very similar to the Battle of Hoth, and I really do hope that The Last Jedi won't be a copy of The Empire Strikes Back like The Force Awakens was for A New Hope. I don't think they can get away with doing another movie that basically copies the original trilogy. They need to come up with something unique, so just making bigger walkers and then having a similar battle on a similar planet does feel a little bit weird, but I do hope I'm wrong there. It could just be that it looks like that right now. And moving on, we have a couple of tweets from the developers. Both Dennis Bramwall, the Associate Design Director on Battlefront 2, and Guillaume, the hero designer, has been very active out on Twitter lately, and most of it isn't any major reveals, but I would highly recommend you guys to read through all of those responses, as they have a lot of interesting insights both in game development in general, and Dennis did reveal a couple of stuff regarding the previous game and how they worked on the DLCs, which I thought was really interesting to hear, such as the fact that there was apparently no plans for heroes for the Outer Rim because they didn't think they would have time to create any, which is why they made Ninab and Greedo, as they pretty much already had the voiceover done, which he said is one of the things that takes the longest time to script record and so on. And he was also asked if they considered having IG-88 instead of Dengar, and he said yes, but the team wasn't equipped to deliver a playable bipedal droid within the DLC timeframe, so that instead turned into the B1 battle droid that we are now getting in Battlefront 2. And moving on to Guillaume, he did give us a couple of vague responses regarding some of the heroes, such as Yoda, because someone asked what his favorite ability was, and he said number 2 because it has synergy with something else. So I guess it's good to see that some abilities will have synergy with other abilities, and I'm not sure if that's something where you could just combine a jump with an attack, or if it's going to be something that's actually meant to be used together with another ability, but it sounds pretty cool nevertheless. And then he also kind of confirmed that there are multiple of unannounced heroes, which again isn't really a surprise, considering that I would assume that heroes like, you know, Leia or Palpatine and those very common original trilogy heroes will be in the game, especially since Palpatine's voice was actually in the trailer. But again, it's always good to see. But I think that wraps up all the news for today. Please let me know what you guys think about all the Last Jedi reveals and what you're hoping to see from that in the Last Jedi season, because obviously that is not going to be a full game, but it's a season of free content, so it's hard to grasp how much content we will get, other than the fact that we get the car, space battle, and crate, which is most likely on the ground. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.